Hi guys, Sandy from the Padel School here. In this video today, we're going to give you one tactic that you can use in your matches that will improve your strategy so that you don't need to overpower your opponents and you get a really good understanding of your game. I use this with almost all of my students, and without exception, they usually play their best paddle when they're doing this. And so we're going to discuss it in the video and set you the challenge at the end of the video. So to begin with, consistency is king, yeah? Bella became world #1 because, well, he's a master tactician and he does hit a heavy ball, but because he is so consistent, he doesn't have, amazing weapons, a topspin smash, an aggressive vibra. Yes, he has very good, those shots, but they're not so good that he's blasting, his opponents off the court, yeah? And this is something that you want to bring into your game. The pair that makes the most errors usually is the pair that is losing that match, yeah? So, and initially, we want to focus on the consistency in our game. So the first point is, from the back of the court, do not rush into net and be aggressive. Like, this is something that we see all the time, that players are hitting, even off the return, they're hitting the return, immediately they're stepping in front of the line, rushing the net, trying to get the net. Yes, the objective of paddle is to take the net position because from there it's easier to finish the points, but that does not mean that you need to rush there immediately. You need to be selective on the right ball to come forward. Yeah, if you wait for the right ball and then you have a lob on an easier ball and it goes over the heads and you come to net, that is much less risky and you will be much more consistent that way rather than trying to pick up half volleys from no man's land and force your way into net. The other advantage to taking your time at the back of the court is that firstly, you will build confidence. So if you're at the back here playing with the glass, and particularly at the beginning of the match, this is really important to kind of build that confidence. But the other thing is that you will actually be able to identify what your opponents are struggling with. Yeah, if you are constantly net rushing and forcing your way in, you can't really see what they're struggling with because you are the ones shortening the points. Yeah, but if you and your partner are staying at the back, taking your time, controlling the ball, hitting chiquitas, lobs, different types of ball, you will see what your opponent does not like, and therefore it will help you form a much more accurate and better game plan. So when it comes to your net position, you should also have the aim that you're going to take your time, yeah? So you want to win the point by controlling the ball into the corners with your volleys, or with the volley down to the fence, for example, or with your bandeja, yeah? Instead of always trying to go for an aggressive shot, hitting a very fast vibra or topspin smash is firstly risky because it's a mistake, but also it might be risky because the ball bounces up and it becomes easy for your opponents, yeah? So to play controlled from the net position is also a really good skill to have and something that you should be practicing. Playing with that controlled mindset and taking your time is also really good from a kind of physical and mental capacity as well. Yeah. So for example, physically, if you're taking your time at the back of the court and you're not constantly kind of sprinting back and forward to no man's land, you're actually going to end up saving energy. Even if the rallies last a little bit longer, it's going to be the same with this position here. If you keep coming back here, hitting an aggressive vibra or an aggressive topspin smash, and then going forward again, the energy that you're using for those is kind of much higher. So if you can think to yourself to take your time, be selective and hit control ball, you will actually save energy. And from a mental side, it's really good because one of the difficulties about paddle is that constant kind of adrenaline rush of I'm attacking the net. Oh, I've been lobbed, now I'm defending. I've got to kind of, control my adrenaline. Oh, I'm attacking again. I want to really try and finish this point immediately. Whereas if you can take your time, be a lot more controlled, you can level out that kind of adrenaline spike, and therefore, well, you'll save energy in the match, but also you're more likely to win the point because you're not going for something that you shouldn't at the wrong time. So my challenge for you is to put this into action into one of your sets or matches, yeah? So this week, when you play one of your games, give yourself the challenge that you're not going to hit a winner. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive and you might have a very easy ball over the net, but I'm saying it is a great practice to give yourself that objective to only hit control and only win the point from your opponent's mistakes. So every time you have an easy ball, maybe a smash, you use a bandeja to control that in the corner as opposed to trying to finish the point straight away. The same with, all of these shots by the net. And also, it will help you take your time from the back of the court. So give yourself that challenge. You're not allowed to hit a winner for the whole set. You've just got to force your opponents to make mistakes. And let us know down in the comments how you found that. But all of our students find this a really good way to practice parts of their game and also, get the right temperament for their matches. Now, we have recently started the Padel School Plus, and this is our community on the website, and in here we will be sending you 2 drills per month that you can work on with multiple players. We will be doing live webinars, live match analysis, we have an amazing community section, and of course you have access to all of our courses online. So I'll put the link down below, but if you really want to improve your paddle and become part of that community, then that is a good place to go.